So what do you think about the Washington Post? Is owned by Jeff Bezos, the richest guy in the world.
He's fascinating.
And he sits on a Pentagon board, and he has a $600 million deal with the CIA, and he runs
has
the
reached
paper.
a winning total of $110 billion US.
So Warren Buffett is the most charitable, and Jeff Bezos is the least.
Why are you
Containers of alcohol, feeling one of his legs, although by the end of that visit, apparently he was...
For a Category 4 hurricane that has now come down on those SUVs.
It's a nightmarish scene across Australia as bushfires continue to burn on New Year's Eve. The blazes have destroyed more than 4 million hectares. Authorities fear that 3 people have been killed in New South Wales and another 4 were reported missing in Victoria.
I'm trying to get back into housing. They took my housing papers, they took all my IDs, they took all my clothes, my shoes.
They want me to walk around, prop up against trees or something like cattle. I can't do it.
Out here, you gotta really fight for yourself.
How do you have to lose? You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. 58% of your youth is unemployed.
They cannot get enough. No matter how many children live in poverty, no matter how high the unemployment numbers are, they want more and more and more. And I say enough is enough.
Sometimes I think that the people in this institution and in the White House are really losing contact and not knowing what's going on with the American people. In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt. They think that maybe, given all of the crises facing this country, it's about time that there was some bold leadership here and that this institution made some hard choices.
I support Bernie Sanders because he and I share a common value that in order for America, our country, to be prosperous, that means that all of us should have the ability to thrive here.
Following Bernie after I saw him speak on CNN, and I think it was early 2015, I see this guy on my TV, he's like, we need better healthcare system, better educational system, etc., etc. I'm like, what? Is he serious? And I found out that he was serious, and I remember he said, change will only happen when millions of us stand up. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stand up.
Hey, we're out here canvassing for Bernie. This is Debbie. She came from New York City to come out here and canvass for Bernie Sanders in the early states, Nevada.
Bernie Sanders is coming to the shareholders meeting is because we need a voice. We need somebody to speak for the associates of Walmart. Having him speak on our behalf is very, very exciting, and I'm glad.
Really got me excited was the fact that Bernie Sanders will be joining us this year at the annual shareholders meeting in Arkansas. Having Bernie backing us and standing there with us is a big deal.
Real change never takes place from the top on down. It always takes place from the bottom on up, and that's what's happened. So today is a very important day for not only the employees at Amazon, but by the way, I think workers all over this country, because what Mr. Bezos did today by raising the minimum wage at Amazon to $15 an hour, that idea will really resonate with other companies all over this country who are going to have to follow what Bezos did. So we're looking at Walmart, we're looking at McDonald's, the fast food industry, we're looking at the airlines industry. Because the major crisis we face today, we've got so many people in the richest country on earth who are working for wages that are so low they just can't take care of your families. That's wrong. So what happened to Amazon is a really good step forward for the workers at Amazon, and again, I thank them.
Minneapolis-based retailer announced that it will bump its current starting salary from $10 an hour to $11 starting Sunday, October 1st. And then by the end of 2020, employees at all of its stores will be paid at least $15 an hour.
Rare Saturday evening press conferences say that they are grateful for a big pay raise and to say it's about time. Disney calls it historic, bumping up workers to $15 an hour.
It's not just about beating Trump. A couple of candidates that's actually head-to-head with Trump and probably can get him a run for his money. It's not just about beating Trump. It's about somebody who's going to invest in the people for once. It's about changing the system for the people and giving the power back to the people. Please inform your loved ones and families and friends because we really need your help and we can't do this alone.
I just don't see the idea that he's back. I just don't see how that's possible.
Bernie's back. Bernie's back.
Bernie's back.
Bernie's back, baby.
Bernie is back, yo. Let's do this.
To put it bluntly, I am back.
Can Bernie Sanders win the nomination? Democratic insiders say there's a chance.
Bernie Sanders has outraised every single Democratic contender in the primaries. And that's unsurprising when you consider his popularity, when you consider the number of his small dollar donors. And so just to give you some numbers, he has raised a whopping $34.5 million in the fourth quarter of 2019. Again, he outraised every other candidate.
That his fundraising strategy is a part of the sales pitch that he's making to the American people, right? Because he does do this differently, because he's so strongly supported by teachers, Amazon warehouse workers, Walmart workers, etc. Whereas for someone like Pete, the fundraising numbers are almost a double-edged sword because we know what he had to do and the wine caves he had to go to, etc. to make that money. For Bernie, it's nothing but an affirmative asset, and it doesn't just say I'm good with the rich people. It actually says I'm good with this grassroots base, that we have real power here that's being overlooked.
I am rather proud, maybe, I don't know, the only candidate up here doesn't have any billionaire contributions. But you know what I do have? We have received more contributions from more individuals than any candidate in the history of the United States of America at this point in an election, averaging $18 apiece. Now, there's a real competition going on up here. My good friend Joe, and he is a good friend, he's received contributions from 44 billionaires. Pete, on the other hand, is trailing, Pete. You only got 39 billionaires contributing. So, Pete, we look forward to you. I know you're an energetic guy and a competitive guy to see if you can take on Joe on that issue. But what is not a laughing matter, my friends, this is why 3 people own more wealth than the bottom half. This is why Amazon and other major corporations pay 0 in federal taxes. We need to get money out of politics. We should run our campaigns on that basis.
There's only one person who stood up to the establishment, and his name is Bernard Sanders. There's only one candidate in 2016 who told the multi-millionaires and billionaires in this country, keep your money, I'll raise my money with the people. There's only one candidate who's been marching with the working class people, not because he's running for president, but because it's right. Hello, Marriott workers. Hello, Amazon workers. Hello, Verizon workers. Hello, teachers. Come on, somebody.
At the end of the day, the 1% is 1%. And if we in the 99% stand together, if we don't allow Trump and his allies to divide us up based on the color of our skin or where we were born or our religion or our sexual orientation, if we stand together, if we have the courage to take on the greed and corruption of the corporate elite. If we are prepared to bring our friends and our family into the political struggle, if we have a vision of a just and humane society in front of us, brothers and sisters, when we stand together, when we fight together, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. Thank you all very much.